Hello, and welcome. It's finally time to return to Final Fantasy XIV. That game, you know the one. It's been a while, so forgive me if I fumble with audio setup or controls or anything of that nature. Because I don't know if I remember how to play this game. I guess we'll find out. Before that, though, let's re-watch the intro movie to get a grasp on what we're doing and where we are, in case we've forgotten. And also just admire this ominous title screen music. Seems pretty ominous to me. It's funny, also, in the middle of or maybe before the Realm Reborn streams, I made this fancy stream layout, and now I'm just showing mostly just the game again. I feel like I kind of took up excess space, but I didn't need to. But yeah, here's the intro. I might have to talk over it so I don't get destroyed by having Dragon Song exist. I think that's a thing, still. So we're wandering through the snow, as you do. If this was the Endwalker trailer, that footprint would have Square Enix in it. There's the Square Enix instead, though. That's fine. So basically, last time on A Realm Reborn, everything went to shit. Lots of things went wrong. That happened, for example. There was some blood. This also happened. I think we'll have to wait a while for that new metal. Telegy Part 1 and 2, that's right. That's not in this video, though. This intro movie. Instead, we just have wandering Axe Guy and dragons are here. It's always kind in a dramatic cutscene of the enemy to appear with a fire attack to destroy the ominous, cloak covering our hero, as they do. There's a Dragoon in this one. We don't know him yet because I didn't take the Dragoon class. There's also nobles and other individuals. Ishgard's not the greatest place to be. It could have been Batman. Love how every inn room comes equipped with a weapon rack. I don't think that's the inn, actually. Don't know where that guy is. Here's some stuff we'll be seeing eventually. There's floating land. There's airship. There's Sid. I'm gonna have to remember all of the character voices I did and think of new ones. It's been a while since I did a lot of voice reading dialogue cutscene. And also I'm not great at speaking coherent sentences anymore, apparently. That guy still sucks. That guy's still missing an arm. He's not happy about it. That's still a dragon. There's a lot more than one Azure Dragoon now, suddenly. That's what we're doing. Heavensward, Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is part of the free trial. If they're actually still offering that. And now that we've gotten through that, let me see here. Boop, there's me. And of course we need... boop. This to cover the in-game chat. Now we can proceed. As usual, let me know if the audio is wacky at any point, because I have no idea. Here we've got Sucro in her new Heavensward outfit. Ain't she a cat? So I think what happened, Sucro got chased out of everywhere, ran to Ishgard, bought new clothes, took a nap, and is now waking up to go properly introduce herself to, I guess, Ishgard in general. Except, before she does that, let's take a walk around the city and see what we can find. And by that, I mean let's wait in line. Just kidding. That sure was a nap that felt like I slept for half a year, or however long it's been. Mitty is still here. Of course. So let's go. Again, if I don't remember how to play this game, I apologize for that as well. The audio balance is going to be... If it's okay for now, it might change once combat starts, because I remember that, like, the battle music or the sounds were a lot louder, maybe? I don't know. So here we have the Forgotten Knight. Still a very good song in this game, by the way. But yeah, let's look around Ishgard. We can talk to this person to access the clan hunt, which I never participate in. Oh, also, this is patch 6.1, so there's lots of new features, such as the Adventurer plate. This is the one I settled on after messing with this feature for hours. As you can see, she's still a cat. There's a lot you can do with this feature. I've also made this picture. I'm sure that's fine, though. She's not plotting or scheming. She's just a cat. So. Heaven's Funk. That sounds fun. Sounds like a cool remix. Ishgard, I think, has always been a place in this game that I really like. Like the city. Just the environment. Not the politics, mind you. A lot of the people in this place are jerkwads, but it's a pretty place. That much we can say for sure. Also, as you can see, I'm a returning adventurer because I didn't play this game for so long. We've got quite a lot going on in this town. That's where we need to go. You can be a machinist. You can also unlock some other jobs here. Astrologian is the healer. And then there's Dark Knight. I'm not gonna go to the story quite yet. I just want to wander. And appreciate this location. I have activated all the Aetherites. I actually forgot to attune to them at all last time I streamed. So I had to walk back to Ishgard, which isn't too difficult, but it was funny. Here we have the other half of Ishgard. You know, I don't think I remembered that there were signposts with legible text on them. That's fun. Yeah, no one's gonna notice MIDI. Maybe that's for the best. Difficult to say. This part's a little bit confusing to navigate, because it's not clear how you get to that shard of aetheryte in the center, necessarily. Because it's up here, but there's like multiple levels of this town. MIDI drivers. That's good. Over here is where you can get Astrologian, I think. And then, well... I wonder what that could be. I'd say there's a fairly good chance I won't remember the specifics of how to play this game because there's so many dang buttons. But, you know, maybe. Gun class is in the other part of Ishgard. Because this is the part of Ishgard that's for, fancy schmancy people. And gun class is the one that all the nobles look down upon. And then they get shot for, probably. I think you probably... Well, I mean... I think all three of the classes introduced in Heavensward probably beat up nobles at some point. That's just kind of a theme of Heavensward. The nobility isn't good. Generally speaking. Yeah, I don't know how to navigate this place very well. That's what the Ethernet shards are for, you could say. But that's fine. We're just, having a look around, taking in the sights and sounds. Mostly the sights. Because, it's pretty quiet, all things considered. The Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. I'm sure that's gonna be normal. Hey, what's up? After witnessing a spectacle like that, everyday life seems rather dull in comparison. Questioning head tilt. You didn't see the trial earlier? Ah, your lost fury take me. The way that heretic swung that slab of iron he called a sword was a sight to behold. He couldn't have carried a shield if he'd wanted to. The blade was so big. Had to keep two hands on it at all times. I was amazed he managed to keep up with that Temple Knight for as long as he did. Fought like a demon from the deepest pits of the seventh hell, bellowing threats and working his arts. I wasn't sure what to make of it at first, but then I heard someone say he must be a dark knight. A Batman. But you didn't hear that from me, eh? In fact, I'm sure I don't know anything about it. What are you talking about? Gods, are you mad? We're standing outside the bloody tribunal. Fine, fine, but keep quiet and listen well, because I'm only going to say this once. Turns away and doesn't say anything. No, hang on. Our end. So as I was saying, that heretic was fighting like a man possessed. Even after he took several wounds, he showed no sign of pain, though there was no mistaking the blood. As the fight wore on, it began to soak through his armor, spreading to every ilm of his body. But when it began to rise and envelop him as a mist, I realized it wasn't blood, but something dark and twisted. But the righteous are not so easily cowed. Hellone be praised. I screamed myself hoarse when that Temple Knight slipped past his guard and ran him through. Good riddance, I say. Man was not meant to wield such arts. But I wonder, was he truly one of those... Well, it matters not. I heard the Temple Knights talking of dumping his corpse in the broom. By sunrise, it'll be stripped bare and tossed over the walls. It will be as though he never was, and as though we never had this conversation. How intriguing. So, I don't know if anyone noticed that I was very, very sneakily kinda hinting at it. I'm going to try Dark Knight. Sucro become evil. Twisted. I should mention that I'm terrified of tanking. I don't like assuming a leadership role, especially when I'm supposed to know what I'm doing, in terms of combat and navigation. But it'll be fine, maybe. I don't know if I'll stick with it. I've certainly heard that the quest line for Dark Knight is fantastic. I forgot the jump button. Seems like a body. That's more than enough for charity. They'll take care of the rest. And mayhaps sooner rather than later. Come on. Yep, I'm here to... I don't know what you're implying. I'm just a cat. I could just revive you. I have healing. I'm sure that would be fine and regular. Funny stone. I poke it. Oops. Bad ideas. Is this it? Is this all that awaits? No, no more. Enough. Open your eyes. Look, do you see now? Do you see? Sucro. Sucro! Hi. Hello. What's up? I've been waiting for you to open your eyes. You alright? You were moaning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Name's Frey, by the way. And no, I'm not a heretic. Try convincing a Temple Knight drunk on authority of that, eh? Shame the pompous arse got the better of me. But how about you? You touched it, yes? That couldn't have felt good. I'm a cat? I blacked out? I heard a voice? It was fine, probably. A voice, eh? And a rather distressed one besides. Please, someone! Anyone! Whoa, that's sword. Not so fast. We need to talk about what's happening to you. What's growing within you before you get carried away. There's a darkness within us all. Nothing dangerous, mind. In fact, it's quite healthy. But the crystal changes you. Gives you the power to channel it. Do it without proper training, however, and, well, it might hurt. So go ahead, ask me to teach you. Ask me to instruct you in the ways of the Dark Knights, and I will. Sounds fine and legit. I know you're still worried about that screaming woman, so I'll keep this brief. We Dark Knights don't care one whit for our prestige or pedigree. We are free to follow our hearts, to defend the weak and punish the guilty as we see fit. The law of the land, the authority of a name, these are tools cowards use to escape harm. We have no need of shields, figurative or literal. Here, my blade is your blade, my soul crystal your crystal. Go on, take them. You'll need them soon enough. I'm sure this'll be fine. Dark Knight unlocked. I am afraid of the dark a little bit, in the context of I don't know how to tank worth beans. And on at least one occasion, I've been literally afraid of the dark. God, I think the difficulty is going to be... The real difficulty in this game is going to be cleaning out my armory chests. Freaking nonsense. Sword. Apparently, I just had a hat that was better. Blood gauge unlocked. This indicates when you're tanking. Don't forget to turn on the grit stance. Oh boy, that's a lot of junk. I think this Dark Knight gauge is carried over from a brief foray into trying the class on my previous character, given that it's arranged in a specific sort of way. I'm gonna hope that this is good enough. However, I'm gonna need to move this here blood gauge. So it's not in the middle of nowhere. Right then, what do we got? Gotta look at my skill and ability. Here we have combo. So, question. How do you think people would feel about it if in this game at some point they condensed like combo strings and stuff into one button like they do in PvP for the PvE part? Do you think people would be upset? I think some amount of people would be upset. I would welcome it, I think. And it could be difficult for certain classes like Dragoon because they're entirely a combo string or 2 or 3. But like these buttons are seriously overwhelming a bit. What do I even have? Okay, that's a damage cooldown, or that's a tank cooldown, both of those. I have a combo here, I believe. I have this. That's a 3-hit combo. I can make Salty Earth. I don't know why that's on that button. I can interrupt. I don't know how I laid these out, really. Or why. Do I have an AoE attack? I thought you did early. Maybe I need to, Yeah, I don't actually have all of these things on the bar. I need to just remake my bars right now. Using my best judgment for things I don't understand. By the way, since I'm trying Dark Knight and that starts at level 30, we might not actually get to any Heavensward content today, which is why I made sure to put a lot of ellipses and question marks around. Just so you know. That's the same move. Okay, so this is my AoE. This is my tank stance. This is my ranged attack thing. This is the third part of this combo. I don't have much right now, but still. Right. There were also a fair amount of Dark Knight buffs this patch, I believe. Like, Blood Weapon gives you 5 stacks of it now. I don't know exactly what that means, to be honest, but it's good, probably. I should put this in a place I won't hit as accidentally. Let's see. This is a damage reduction cooldown. This is... Right, okay. So there is an AoE combo. Put this here. That's another damage reduction cooldown. Maybe I should put damage reduction cooldowns over here to be consistent. That's effectively a damage reduction cooldown. Salted Earth can be over here, I guess. Sure. Actually, I don't really know. I might have to rework this as I level the job, if I level the job. There's a lot of attacks here. I mean, I guess that's not surprising. This is an offensive cooldown, I think. This is an important button, I think. Wait, do I already have that? Yeah, okay, that's an advanced one, and so is this. Fair enough. Okay, that's... Alright. And then... Roll actions. Oh boy. Damage cooldown... Or no, wait, no, that's the opposite of that. I'm running out of space. I guess this will go over here. Interjects. Stun. Is this... Yeah, these don't make sense anymore. Wait, oh no. I literally don't have enough space for all of these? I have to use more hotbar? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I have... I do have this. Okay. I can put my limit break here. I'm sorry if this part isn't very exciting, by the way. It's a necessary step for me. Roll actions. What do I have over here? AoE stuff. Sure. We already put that over there. I don't know how to categorize all of these. Arm's length just has to go over here because there's nowhere else for it, I think. I think that's everything. That's a lot. So here's Dark Knight stance. Alright then. I guess we'll continue. Well, well, don't you look the part. Ready to harness the darkness within to set the wrong things right. Now bear in mind that while the darkness gives you strength, that strength comes at a cost. That is but one sacrifice, though, and justice demands many. Say a man, a venerable, untouchable man, harms a child in unspeakable ways. He strides through the Hoplon, secure in his knowledge, in the knowledge that he's beyond punishment. But for one who cuts down that vile beast as he flaunts his freedom, who knows how many others will suffer? Such was the dilemma faced by a goodly knight long ago. He knew that he'd be stripped of his titles and denounced for the deed. The threshold we refuse to cross is a line we draw for ourselves. We fear the consequences and people suffer for our indecision. Everyone who held that crystal came to conquer that fear, and became who they wanted to be. That night was the first. Will you be the next? Think on that while we look into the commotion down below. First of all, whoops. Firstly, new gear set is important. Secondly, I want to check something. Journal. Frey speaks to you of the first Dark Knight, a goodly knight who sacrificed all in order to bring an untouchable man to justice. Too many fear the consequences such actions will bring, and innocents suffer for our indecisions, she says. Consider her words as you seek out the source of the earlier scream. Point 1. Frey's pronouns have changed, because the Ishgardian noble or whoever pointed us in this direction mentioned a he. Now this journal mentions a she. Point 2, though I don't know if it applies just yet. If we switch class. Okay, this one is still the same. I think there are some Dark Knight journal entries that change if you are not a Dark Knight. At the moment. Maybe they're like completed ones? Oh, it's not until a much later one? Alright, fair enough. I didn't know the specifics, I just knew the trivia a little. Alright. I don't expect we'll need to tank the townspeople, but we might as well have that stance on. Build a good habit first. Hey, Midgard Sarmer, what do you think of me embracing the darkness as soon as the Blessing of Light is removed, huh? I'm sure you have funny comments to say about that. Oh yeah, there's fall damage in this game. Here we are. Go and ask her what's wrong. Please, I don't know what to do. It's my granddaughter. She's trying to shovel her driveway. I guess I could see that. Yeah. I didn't see him standing there, and I know that's no excuse. I should have been more careful. But my granddaughter, she started yelling at the temple knight. I tried to stop her, I did. But then he said she had to come with him, and if I could just tell him how sorry I am, maybe he would... He'd take you too, is what he'd do. Even if you went and begged the blue bastard to intervene, it'd be too late by then. Ain't the first time they've taken a girl her age. She doesn't fight back, they might let her go after. No, there has to be another way. Ishgarian justice. I don't know what accent that was. They might spare the girl, you know, leave her with a few scars and a lifelong lesson. Or we could beat every last one of them to within an ilm of their lives and rescue the girl. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Nod. I knew you would. Everything's gonna be alright, madam. When I'm through with those knights, they will not dare trouble you ever again. Oh, thank you, thank you! I'm sure that's gonna be fine. Assuming they didn't just drag her into an alley, they've taken her to either the congregation or the tribunal. The Honorable Sir Emmerich wouldn't suffer such reprehensible behavior under his roof. The Inquisition, on the other hand, well... So that leaves the tribunal. The girl's still alive, I imagine they'll make all manner of threats. Come any closer and she dies and so forth. If so, we'll need to make something perfectly clear to them. We're not here for her. We're here for you. Once they understand she means nothing to us, they'll attack us or flee. I don't know about you, but I'm eager to find out which. You've learned all the Dark Knight's actions and traits till 30! Level 30! Hooray! You did it! It's great and fine. Nothing bad or weird or... It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's fine. It's good and fine. In fact, it's quite excellent to have all of these actions and traits. Something a little unfortunate about the theoretical path of being a Dark Knight. My poor hat. My poor theoretical hat if I use it. Where am I going? Oh. I missed Frey. Dark Knight is very cool. One thing I will say also, another thing they did in this patch is completely change PvP again. Oh, actually, Sucro did get a new haircut. This is a slightly different haircut, and also she's wearing glasses now. This is so she can go undercover. She got a slight haircut and put glasses on. The glasses aren't real. Probably. Maybe. It's unknowable. No one will know this is Sucro. In fact... now she's wearing 2 pairs of fake glasses! Completely impenetrable disguise. Extremely powerful. I love that the fashion accessory does that. Let's not have that happen, though. Alright. So, another thing they did in 6.1 is completely change PvP again. Everyone's PvP movesets have been completely reworked again, and there's a new mode that's the primary mode. I do think it's fun. And the Dark Knight new PvP set looks like it would be fun to me, so I might try that on this stream also. Which reminds me further that I will need to mark this as my instant portrait. Wait. Yeah, there we go. You have to do this every time you switch any of your gear for some reason. That'll be important if I do try the PvP. Just the one sword between the two of us, I'm afraid. You keep it. I dare say it fits rather snugly in your hands. But don't worry about me. I'll do my part to keep you on your feet. Should things turn violent, as I expect they shall, you may need to tap into your dark side to survive. It's not unlike drawing upon your own ether to weave magic. Hey, hold on. Drawing upon your own ether to weave magic isn't a thing that is heard of until Stormblood, because that's what Red Mage does. You're not supposed to do that. Frey? Frey, did you read ahead in the scripts? I didn't even take Red Mage. Fear, pain, rage, that which lies in the deepest depths of our soul makes for a potent fuel. But be warned, burn too much too quickly and you risk being consumed. Don't worry, Sucro. The first step over the threshold is always the hardest. Nod. Ah, yes, I should have known you'd do that. Right then, let's find the girl. I do like it when the game calls attention to your nodding habit. But how could Frey know about that? Thinking emoji. Who are you? Another highborn arse? Not at all. Sucro's a farm cat, who just happens to be carrying a very large claymore at this time. Damn it, girl, you're only making it worse for yourself. The hell's with you? I've done nothing wrong. Why are the pretty ones always so daft? If I had a gill for every time I had to kill an unrepentant bastard like you. What the? Are you threatening a temple knight? No, you're very clever. Yes, I am. Now let her go. Enough of this! With me, girl, now! One more word of protest and I'll toss your grandmother in a cell to rot. You three, seize this imbecile! Surrender or die! Nope. Alright, how does this work? Funny, I was about to say the same thing. Show them no mercy, Sucro. Well, there's my, combo. Here's my funny AoE. If I remember correctly, until this patch, the second hit of this AoE wasn't something the Dark Knight learned until level 72. I'm pressing the wrong button. I should fix that, maybe. Bring everyone! She's gone mad! That's fine. Reinforcements, eh? Looks like we'll have to even the odds. Search your soul for the darkness. We need but a sliver. Yes. Do you see, Sucro? The flames beckon. Neat. Immerse yourself in the flames and ignite the darkness within. The darkness swells within you. Just so, as it burns hotter, so too does your strength swell. But drink not too deep, lest the flames consume you. But I love flame. Draw upon your dark side and drive your foes before you. that's my tank stance. I want that on. Now I'm pressing the wrong button again. Your pain manifests into a new flame of darkness! Yay! I love it. Oh. Hey, leave Frey alone. Quit it. I'm sure it's fine to just drink deep of all the dark energy, despite the warning. The darkness threatens to swallow your very being. No, it's fine. I'm good. We're good. Where am I going? Not this way. Guess up here. Hello there, Ishgardian Heavy Infantry. I'm pressing the wrong button again. It's kind of funny that Frey is playing the role of a healer right now, actually, now that I think about it. It's one of those I'm a healer but kind of moments. I don't know if I'm actually supposed to do this with every darkness. You know, you're right, it does kind of sound Kingdom Hearts, doesn't it? Hey, I should try Unmend. All this for a baseborn bitch? Do you know what you're doing? Aye, I do. I'm killing you and everyone else who gets in my way. Funny that Frey should say that, given that she's healing. Thinking emoji. Dark Knight definitely has a lot of attacks that feel very cool to use. Frey, no! Alright, that's an interrupt, so you have to... They actually have to be doing an action. Probably. The next knight who bears steel, I'm not only gonna kill him, but I'm gonna kill his wife, his friends, and burn his goddamn house down. God's damned. It's okay. It's alright, Frey. We managed. Thank you. Those of you who yet live, remember this horror, and know that should you speak of it, it shall be visited upon you again 100-fold. That was fine. We did good. We did good things that were fine to do. Such as kill all of the cops. Which is actually good. Yes, that's fine. I don't have any objections to this practice in this instance. Hooray! Anyway. Well done, hero. I think the fair maiden wants to have a word. I don't know what to say, miss. Thank you, thank you. I got a little carried away earlier. It's just that when I saw how they were treating my grandmother, I had to say something, and... What? No one screamed your name. My grandmother called out, just the once, but that was it. Speaking of which, I should hurry back. Suppose I ought to say that I'm sorry for what I did, but I'm not. Those knights had it coming. Halone bless you for what you did. Feels good, doesn't it? Strange, maybe, but a good strange, I'll wager. You tapped into something primal, a power nestled within you, yearning to be free. As your understanding of this power grows, so too will your skill as a Dark Knight. You've done well, far better than I could have hoped, in fact. But there's still so much more to learn, so much further to go. I won't lie to you, Sucro, the risks will only increase. So if you want to keep going, you have to trust in me. Can you do that? I can. Good, that's a promise. Circumstances being what they are, it might be best if we parted ways for a while. Think of it as an opportunity to hone your skills in my absence. But don't worry, we will meet again. When the time is right, I'll be waiting where we first met. Flood of Darkness. The next Dark Knight quest will be available from Frey upon reaching level 35. The requirements for undertaking subsequent quests can be reviewed in your journal. You learn to control the darkness within! Da 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 da. Oh. Now I have another gauge to place somewhere. This funny helmet indicates the duration of Darkside. It's probably fine for now. Seems like a job where you might want to switch to the simplified gauge at some point. Maybe I'll put it over here. I don't know. Oh, you can ignore the funny helmet? I guess that's fine then. I'll worry about that later. So, we've got Dark Knight, but it's only level 30, and obviously we can't continue Heavensward at level 30. But you know, tapping into the powers of darkness, thinking about what we've been through, let's remember some of that with the new feature, Duty Support. They have added the ability to play through all of the Realm Reborn dungeons and boss fights with NPC parties, like the trust system that first debuted in Shadowbringers. And so, we can do some of these. We'll get some experience and some practice. We can't do all of them right now, of course, because they go past level 30. But we can try it. You get party members automatically calibrated to whatever job you've selected. Also, a lot of these dungeons have been like rebalanced. Like, for example, I think Thousand Maws is one of them that has had its progression generally altered. Probably the Tamtara Deepcroft, maybe? Just these in general have been sort of streamlined, I feel, maybe? And this is obviously not all of the Realm Reborn dungeons also. This is like the story ones. Optional ones like Dismail Darkhold or whatever are not on this list. You will also notice, however, that Castrum Meridianum and the Praetorium are here, as well as the Porta Decumana. That's because this patch also made the final dungeons of Realm Reborn into 4-person instances and split them up a little bit more so that the Ultima weapon is its own fight, and then not Thancred is a solo story instance, I think. And also Ritaten Sasarvina is also a solo story instance, so they're no longer You've received a free company invite from Star Fox. Can't let you do that, Star Fox. Anyway, well, that was distracting. Right, let's just start with Sastasha. First one on the list. Ah, a clip. Thank you. I will have to look at that later. Right then. So this ought to be a decent way to practice playing as a tank in a dungeon. I feel like playing as a tank might also be, generally speaking, ideal for the trust system, because you are supposed to be the one initiating combat. Speaking of which, I need to make sure I have that on. Now, I don't have much to work with in Sastasha, of course. Also, I have no idea how NPCs handle having, like, a big pull, as it is called. I guess I could find out. But, I know that if I actually play as a tank with other people, I will be expected to pull more than one group at a time. But let's ease my way into this a bit, I think. I think it's probably fair to use, like, tank cooldowns pretty often, also. Captain likes his seas blue! Very well. Yeah, it's probably been quite a while. I mean, it's been quite a while since I streamed this game at all, but it's also been a really long time since I played these dungeons on stream, probably. So this could be interesting in that sense. What if I go over here? What happens? Well, yeah, I guess so. You could say the sea could be green. There's some other colors that are valid for the ocean. Like red, concerning. Blue or green, probably fine. Clear, maybe okay if you're just being argumentative about what water is like. Gray, also acceptable, I think. Gray's probably fine. At least Unleash is satisfying, like, visually and, like, sound-wise. So it's not too bad that it's, like, the only thing you have. Yeah, you gotta hit the clam while it's closed. It'd be funny if they specifically programmed that in. That's what I want to do. There's no reason not to. You don't get counterattacked. It's not like attack while its shell's closed. And it'll counterattack with its laser. It's fine. I believe they've made it a lot easier to hold aggro in general over time as well. So honestly, tanking is probably less scary than it's ever been. I'm mostly worried about not knowing where to go. The one time when I tried tanking, possibly the one time that I tried tanking through the duty roulette when I unlocked Gunbreaker, it gave me Dismail Darkhold, and I had no idea how to navigate that dungeon. None at all. And actually, you know, thinking about it, the optional Realm Reborn dungeons that aren't in the trust system list are accessible through the squadrons. So actually, I can do most of them. I'm pretty sure. Any that I can't do this way, I can take my squadron along for. And that ought to be good with tank as well. Probably not as effective as this, because I don't think the squadron AI is as good, but also they are extremely powerful to make up for their lack of AI in some ways. So maybe it'd be fine, actually. I also don't know if I have 2 DPS members of the squadron level up sufficiently, but I guess we'll find out about that too. Alright, first boss. Captain likes his seas red. No. Blue. It's blue. It's fine. Alright. Tanking 101. Face the boss away from everybody. I know this much. I know the bare minimum. Also, do not stand in the AoEs. You don't have to tank things that you can dodge. Also, they are going to be adding duty support for every story dungeon in the eventual future, I believe. So, like, eventually, you probably could just solo your way through most of this game without touching multiplayer. Pair of ethereal brass wristlets. What, did they remove those? Huh. Now that you mention it, I do remember that. That's interesting. Maybe they only removed some of them? I don't recall. I assume that part of tanking is knowing when to use your defense cooldowns, rather than just using them sort of willy-nilly. But I think in these early dungeons, there's not really a when so much. I guess you have to learn to recognize the tank buster moves, which we don't particularly have to worry about at this time. I guess if there's any general tanking advice, I'm open to it. You know, I probably shouldn't be looting these. Oh, there's tank buster markers. Okay. I probably shouldn't be looting these because my freaking armory chest is overflowing with garbage that I need to deal with. I guess it's probably okay. It seems like the NPCs can sort of handle more than one enemy pack at a time, but probably not the whole dungeon at a time, if I had to guess. Oh, that's kind of funny to think about. Oh, something I should consider. Since I don't have like a dedicated part on the screen for the chat, it might be a little bit more difficult to read now. I should add like a drop shadow to it, probably. I'll figure it out later. I didn't stop to consider that. I mean, I have the old layout also, but I feel like well, I'll get to that in a minute. So, I mean, I still have this as an option, but I feel like there's not really a reason to take up this much of the screen, actually. I think this is probably better. I just need to make the text easier to read. I guess you could argue that it's more professional to have less of the game visible, because everyone's got to have like a UI for their stream. Not really a UI. A HUD? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I appreciate any opinions that anyone may have regarding the stream layout, though. Do you love to see that extra space on the side? Do you want to see more of the game? Vote now. Wrong button. Yeah, I think it's fine to have just like my face over here. And also, I like having the chat appear at least briefly. Like, I figured out how to make the chat go away after a bit, so it's not just there forever. I just feel like the text right now is difficult to read. If anyone disagrees with that, I'm also curious to know. I'll figure that out later. I'm not used to the OBS overlays stuff too much. I think it's probably easy enough, yeah. I don't think it'll be a problem. This game should have, like, a fashion item that's a coat with a like a bumper sticker on the back that says "How's my tanking?" and then call a phone number. Or not necessarily a bumper sticker, but that on the back in general. Okay, so these NPCs like to limit break. We've got some Alizé going on. Just like a goofy novelty jacket that says "How's my tanking?" on the back. Like the one Vegeta wears that says "Bad Man," but with that instead. I mean, there are plenty of jackets. You could probably pretend to... I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. Yeah, there you go. Now you're thinking with fashion. That's good too. I think I mentioned this in my Elden Ring stream the other day. But there's like a accident lawyer in my area where the number that you call when you're in an accident to contact them is like, I don't know the full number, but the part that the obligatory part of the number that spells a word is just pain. So like 1-800 something something pain or whatever. I just keep thinking about that. It's very on the nose. Oof pain. 1-800 oof owie. That would be a great phone number to dial. One 800 aw dang is good. I'm a fan of that one. Alright, let's see how a boss fight goes. Finlish fools. Do the NPCs know to ignore the ripples and just burn the boss down? I also want to see them click on the ripples, actually, now that you mention it. Looks like they're not. Looks like they don't care. Do you think that means they deliberately programmed them to ignore the mechanic? Or like they just didn't program interacting with the mechanic? Hey, that got me a level up. Neat. And also all of my NPC friends just... Oh wait, no, they're still here. I thought they vanished into the ether. I guess I ought to loot these. I can convert stuff to company seals or whatever. Wherever those went. Allied seals. Oh, there they are. Okay. Well, that's one dungeon. Hey, I didn't get any commendations from the NPC allies. How dare. I guess really, if this is a reliving Sucro's past sort of experience, I could change to her outfit from Realm Reborn, but she's barely gotten a chance to wear this cool coat. This worm coat. Right. And now the Deep Croft. I'm gonna go through all of the ones that I can. I guess this is a relatively chill stream. We're not quite doing the story so much. It's a way to get back, to ease back into streaming this game, I think. I think it works. I think it'll be fine. Probably. Now that I think about it, I guess I do need a lot of company seals in order to do command missions with the, with that crew. I don't think I've shown much of my squadron shenanigans on camera. For those who don't know about them. Alright. Come along. We can deal with more than 2 swarms of flies at once. Surely. Probably. For a long time, I wasn't really sure if it fit Sucro to take the Dark Knight job, but I somehow convinced myself that I wanted to try it anyway. So I guess that's why we're here. Sucro's character is ongoing. I don't know exactly what it is yet. That's what character development is for. You'd think with someone who just says that she's a cat all the time, she might not be harboring any resentment or darkness in her heart. But then again, she is a cat. And I think that's just part of what cats do. I don't need to go in there, do I? That's optional. I think every cat has some darkness in their heart. And really, Dark Knight is all about love. If I remember correctly, in the end. God, it really does look like she's gonna shovel her driveway with us. In this sort of outfit. There should be a Dark Knight sword that's just a big shovel. Like a snow shovel, like a Polar Knight kind of situation. There should be more joke weapons in this game. That's one of my major criticisms of Final Fantasy XIV, is there's not enough joke weapons in it. I'm only half serious when I say that. But I think every game needs to at least have a fish that you can attack people with. Yeah, exactly. There always has to be a fish. There's like a handful of joke weapons, because of the gold saucer mostly, but still. One of the Dark Knight swords in Endwalker appears to be a gigantic chainsaw sword, and that might count as a joke weapon. Except I think there's basically a chainsaw everything in that tier. So it's just normal. You could argue that the yokai watch weapons count as joke weapons, though I think there are plenty of people who take yokai watch very seriously. Now that's a good idea too. A Fabergé egg. Oh, something else I thought of that somehow this connected to in my brain. Since the PvP sets of moves in this game are completely separate from the regular sets of this game, is there a reason that they couldn't make a PvP version of Blue Mage that just worked with everything else? Like, I understand that Blue Mage is designed to be separate from everything in the PvE setting, and that they haven't been in PvP at all before. But unless there's something weird with, like, the programming of Blue Mage, which is entirely possible, I feel like there's a way they could take a selection of their abilities and make them like a weird PvP character. Especially since role in PvP isn't really important. Blue Mage does a little bit of everything. They could be like a weird wild card PvP. I don't know, there's things you could do with that. It could be interesting. Some of the PvP moves are pretty whack. Like, White Mage has something that I would have considered black magic. They can turn people into small creature. Scholar has a move called Mummification, which is scary to me. Like, they've had enough of your shit. They're gonna use their books to turn you into zombies. Yeah, White Mage has like a leap forward into a giant explosion. Sage has almost no healing, which is really funny. So far I found that I like Archer, Bard, in PvP pretty... Oh yeah, Machinist has Chainsaw with its classic kill chance. Gunbreaker has Draw and Junction. Like, just straight up, you extract a buff from someone based on their role. And then, like, you get to cast it based on what you extracted. That's really fun as an idea. Monk has a suplex. Meteor Drive. I'm pretty sure it's a suplex because of the name of it, and also because it makes the opponent unable to move for its duration. Presumably because they're suspended in midair. Or, like, throughout air and the ground. It's just a suplex. It's gotta be. I saw that and I was like, well, I guess I should unlock Monk now. But I haven't yet. And you can't get the full glory of what it looks like if you just use it on a training dummy, so I don't really know what it looks like still. Because I've seen someone demonstrate all the limit breaks. Yeah, it does. Like, even within this game, because I think Machinist, or Machinist, I never know how to say that, has their Bishop auto turret back that was cut, right? Like, that just doesn't exist in their PvE moveset now? And they put it back in the PvP one? I think? Like, that's a fun thing. Because I think PvE only has the Rook auto turret. PvP Dark Knight sounds fun to me. Which is part of why I wanted to try this. They're all about, like, managing their HP and stuff. It seems like the spending HP isn't a major aspect of the PvP Dark Knight. That seems like it's more about what the PvP Warrior is about from what I've read. But I haven't tried either, so I might be wrong. Okay. Early dungeon tanking is disabling my brain a little bit in a way that I don't entirely mind. Oh, I forgot about that part of Dragoon. They also have, like, their limit break is also literally a classic Dragoon jump that they can't be hit during, which is great. I do love that. This might be a bad idea. We'll find out. It's fine, actually. Oh, actually, this PvP talk reminds me. If we do try some of the squadron stuff today, unless they changed it stealthily, squadron characters have moves that were just cut from the game because they didn't update them. Like the Arcanist one will use Shadow Flare and stuff. Like, that's not real anymore. But they do it anyway. They just don't care. They do what they want. I accidentally bowed courteously to an enemy instead of attacking them. I guess you can use your limit break there, why not? Go for it, eager thaumaturge. They are eager, I suppose. It says so in their title. I don't think Tamtara Deepcroft worked any differently, so maybe this wasn't the one that they changed. Some of them they definitely did, though, I'm pretty sure. Hooray! I learned arm's length. It's a move that you can use. And on that note, I'm going to be right back. Boop. I am back. I am here. It is time for more of the adventures of this that is happening. Hooray. So far, through my very limited experience, Dark Knight does feel fun to play. Oh, I guess, like, after you complete a dungeon, just like how in, like, later trust dungeon things, all of the options for your party members will show up at the end and just stand around, sometimes say things. But not in this case, because they're not actually characters, I guess. Not important, like, plot characters with thoughts to share. But yeah, so far, so good. Hopefully this is entertaining to watch, even though it's not actually Heavensward for the most part. I believe... Whoops. Oh, I'm good. That's sort of what I strive for, honestly. I mean, that's good. I accidentally said that I was good. Shoot. Let's see. Copperbell Mines. I believe this is the first one with significant changes. Though I don't know what they're going to be. Like, I think some of the boss fights and stuff are different. But I'm curious to experience these with the new system and stuff. Just in general. Interesting. By the way, now that there's actually fighting in combat, I'm going to assume it's probably okay since nobody mentioned anything, but it's always worth checking. How is the audio balance doing? Probably okay. Audio seems good? Alright. Hello? NPCs? Oh no, they don't think the door is open. Farewell, I guess. Could this be one of the things they're hotfixing? They do teleport, though, so I guess that's fine. I know that there's going to be a hotfix tonight. What? Wait. Why did you become invulnerable and go over there? Do these enemies not like it when you try to pull them away from their spawn point? Is that a thing that happens sometimes in these earlier dungeons? I guess I probably have to go over here, right? Maybe? No. There's actually nothing here at all. Weird. I guess that means it's probably safe to just leave them if they decide to leave. I forgot my tank stance. Number of times I've forgotten my tank stance is 1. It was hardly even a problem, though. That's fascinating. For a second, I forgot what arm's length even did. It's probably not something you need to use terribly often, huh? It's wrong? Uh-oh. Oh, the slow when the barrier is struck seems a lot more relevant than whatever else it does, actually. So maybe it is fine to use often. Oh. Maybe I should just be using that. Like, what does slow actually do again? Does it just slow their movement? Does it slow anything else? Hey, this is definitely different. This was the, instead of Kotos here, this was just a swarm of enemies followed by this enemy, I think. Right? Yeah, this is a different room, too. The layout is different. Hey, that's a tank buster, isn't it? Yeah, this is a different boss fight now, entirely. Uh-oh. Well. Oh, I see. Yeah, this is a real boss with mechanics now, apparently. That's wild. That's very interesting. So it really was kind of worth checking these out. It is very out of place, you're right. Oh yeah, I guess you're right there too. So I probably don't need to use all of my defensive cooldowns on the tank buster, only like a couple, so I always have some available. Alright. Interesting. That's cool, actually. I don't know why I'm bothering to check, because definitely nothing's going to be better than my starting Dark Knight equipment yet. Fighting Polygon team? I'm not sure I'm remembering a Fighting Polygon team. Okay, they don't understand any lifts. But that's okay because they can teleport. Yeah. Right. For some reason it just wasn't clicking with me that that was the Fighting Polygon team because they're not made of polygons. I guess that's what I think of when I think of the Polygon team and not just like a bunch of guys. I don't know. But really, they are a bunch of guys. That much is certain. A bunch of enemy. Yeah, I think a lot of this layout might be like there might be subtle differences in this part. I mean, I know that room was different that we were just in for the boss fight, but I don't think this is exactly the same. I could be wrong. Like, I think you had to pick up some of the fire sand around here instead of defeating blasting caps. Oh, the lighting is different. Well, that could just be because of my graphical settings too, whatever they are. They're probably not super high-end. Could be either, really. I want to say you probably needed more Onza's fire sand for the second blasting device also. Maybe? There's just an ooze here. Alright, now how does this work? You take actual damage already. This is not a gimmick boss anymore. This is just a different boss, again. Probably still splits, if I had to guess. Yep, there we go. Oh, these then detonate. They are not ads. Interesting. The old boss fight here was definitely funny, but also is basically not really... You didn't really do anything. You didn't really play the game during that boss fight much. You kind of just stood around and waited. I think this is the same room, but they just removed some elements of it. Okay, maybe it's not the same room, because I don't think this is how it went. I don't have a perfect memory, so I can only guess. Okay, yeah, this is still sort of how it went. I think I'm gonna need to stop by my Grand Company office and turn in a bunch of random junk. Because I'm not getting any more random junk. Just stuff that I've already got. I think the space between the last boss and this one may be shorter. Also, this boss is gonna be different too. This is a different room. There's not walls to break through. Ah, we're learning about this kind of AoE today. Fair enough. Yep. Seems to be that way. Level 33. I think I've gotten a level for each of these that I've done so far, so this is actually fairly reasonably paced. I think I have that orchestrion roll, don't I? Probably. Yep. Hey, there's like a little icon on the orchestrion roll now that says that you have it. Incredible. It's funny how long that took to add as a feature, actually. Like for orchestrion rolls and cards and stuff. I need to clear out my inventory, wow. Step 1, Verdania. Technically, according to the story, we probably shouldn't be showing our face around, but it's fine. Because Sucro got a haircut and fake glasses, so nobody knows who she is. Oh yeah, there's also the Hatching Tide Festival happening right now, so Egg is here. I forgot about Egg. I missed several holidays, by the way. Like, during the break between Realm Reborn and Heavensward. That's probably fine, though. Grand Company's over here. Okay, so what do we got? I don't know which of these I'm actually using at the moment, either. I kind of wish this let you know when you were trying to turn in something that was in one of your one of your equipment sets. Which oh, it does, actually. Okay, fair. Well. You like this component of a jingle played repeatedly? Yeah. Yeah. I think I was probably keeping some of these around on purpose for some reason, but I've forgotten why. I was probably gonna give them to my retainers or something. But I no longer care. Hooray! We did it. Okay, I only have 660 poetics, so I don't need to worry about those too much yet. Is there anything interesting I can get with those seals? Probably not. Not really. I mean, I guess this is a slight upgrade, but it's probably not worth it. What's my squadron up to? Push-ups. Makes sense. I just wonder what Squadron's up to. Okay, so there's already some older command missions. Like Halatali is an optional dungeon, so we can do that. However, I have to... I don't need a tank anymore. I need healer. I've never actually used a healer in a command mission, I think, because I've always been doing those as the healer. So hey, let's try this out. How's the squad doing? We could have another cat instead of elf. But I actually think I like elf here because elf will show us how the Arcanist breaks reality. Because as I said, they use moves that aren't real anymore, I'm pretty sure. Now, I don't think they changed this dungeon, probably. They probably only changed the story ones. Squadron orders. I probably won't need to use them because they'll just follow my lead as the tank, I think. I think it should be fine, probably. Oh yeah, I do have a limit break button that I will need to use. Forgot my tank stance again. Healer seems slower on the draw here, that's for sure. Interesting. Something to keep in mind. But yeah, hey, look, it's Shadow Flare. That move isn't real anymore. Wait. The Arcanist used Physic on me? Squadron? So not only do they use this Shadow Flare move that was removed from the game at some point, they also heal you if they're an Arcanist? I guess. God, I don't remember how to navigate Halatali very well. It's a weird dungeon, I think. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that Sophine was bonking people with the book. Wow. Impressive tactic. In exchange for their worse AI, though, they do have a much more difficult time dying. And I think they have a decent amount of damage, probably. I still have more actual, like, progression to do with the squadron. They put heavy on the bomb. You're really good at noticing this stuff. I mean, I guess I am focused on playing and not paying super close attention. So it's easier to see things when watching, most likely, but still. I wonder what other not real anymore moves that the squadron people do. Shadow Flare is the most obviously noticeable one to me. Forget where the other enemies even show up. Oh, they're over here. I don't know if I need to care about these. Probably not really. I think Miasma and Bio are real though, right? Still for Arcanist? Or did they change Arcanist completely with the new... I actually don't know what they've done to Arcanist in Endwalker at all. Oh, they're not real anymore? Okay. Because I leveled Arcanist on stream, but that was when that was during Shadowbringers. So those quests that I did are probably all very different now. Seems like I don't need to worry about the gimmick of this boss fight. Not really. Yep, it's fine. I don't think this dungeon has changed. This seems the same. There are no Todds here. I want to pull the chain. But I have to kill the mantises first. Treasure. Well, there's another ethereal item, so they do still exist in some capacity. If the whole game already had, like, trust system stuff for the dungeons, I don't think I would have a question about whether or not I'd want to continue as Dark Knight, because I am enjoying this, though it is very simple right now. So we might end up continuing as Dark Knight, but I don't think it's guaranteed yet. Did I miss a chain? No. Okay. Eventually the whole game will have the trust system. But if I waited until that happened, we wouldn't be here for a couple years, I don't think. I feel like these didn't have as many treasure coffers before. I think they were more like enemy. Is it random? Have I just never known that about this dungeon? Oh, they are random, okay. Interesting. No, that's what I was expecting. I keep accidentally bowing to enemies, which is funny. I did it again. This is just now a character quirk of Sucro, because I keep doing it accidentally. She's like an invader in Dark Souls that bows before she kills you. Next time I stream some Elden Ring, I should consider doing some of the PvP, or at least like turning on the blue summoning ring thing or something. Okay. Yep. That's one of the features of the squadron is... Yep. They just do this. They seem to do a fair amount of damage. Like this isn't taking an exceptionally long time. So I think in general the squadrons are just like the AI isn't very good, but their stats are increased to compensate all over. I don't remember the ethereal flow here being watery, but that's a small detail. So I could just be not remembering. Yeah, this dungeon was not one of the ones that they changed, I'm pretty sure. Seems the same after going through it. Hooray. Squadron's still good enough. I don't know why she keeps getting better at defensive. I guess that's okay. Now, I I guess that means the next on our list is Ifrit. Ifrit. The Bowl of Embers. Because this also has this feature. Time for boss. Yep, the buddies in this one are Scion instead of, I think the buddies after this one for a while are also Scion. I don't want to succumb to the Inferno. Ifrit. That's a good point. I didn't think of that, really. Cool boss fight. As a tank. I assume you're not really supposed to focus on the nail as the tank. Probably. Because you're making Ifrit turn towards the party if you do that. You're probably just supposed to keep holding Ifrit in place. But I don't know. Hooray, I did it! That's Ifrit. So next up is Totorak, I think. But what do we have here? Okay, so after Totorak is Long Stop. Which... Oh wait, they can't... The squadron can't do Hawk Manor. Interesting. I guess because they don't know to cast Return. But that's also not something you have to do anymore. Totorak, I think, is another one that is significantly changed. We still have the Scion crew. Yeah, I guess I don't blame him for that. I believe it. Yeah, I think this is significantly different now. Like, even this intro hallway looks different to me. I also never got to read these. Yeah, look at how linear this is now. What the heck? This is not the Totorak I knew. This is not the Totorak anyone knew until now. This is just a straight line now. That's really funny. It deserved this treatment. I'm not even facing my enemies. Disrespectful. If there were statistics available on what buttons were the most pressed per class, this would be the Dark Knight one. Guarantee it. I guess that kind of statistic is largely inferable and not really something you need. But it would be funny to know how many times Unleash has been pressed in total. That's a good question. I didn't think of that either. I'm parrying things. Gotta have that parry stat. Is that a stat anymore? I don't think that's a stat anymore. I don't think you can meld for parry anymore or whatever. That was kind of a joke before, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, after this overhaul, this dungeon, this is a pretty room. I like this room. It's a cool room. Nice little scenery bit. Yeah. The original Totorak was a lot less visually appealing. Even though it was, I want to say it was pretty similar, but just like the lighting, I guess, really makes a difference. Maybe? You know, I think these Scion NPCs are the same NPCs, like character-wise, because they're saying the same dialogue as the eager people. Like the eager Lancer would say, right, just like in training. And the eager Conjurer would say, like, oh, lighting, strike, or whatever they're saying. I think they're the same people. So they actually are, in a way, characters. Oh, shit, I have my third combo strike in this dungeon. I didn't notice until now. Now I can eat souls. Wait, does that mean I had my third combo strike in the tutorial Dark Knight mission and I never noticed it? Probably. Whoopsie. These side rooms don't have much in them. Engaged with sizable fiend. I don't think I've ever gotten to read these notes before. That boss, it happens. That much we know for sure. Pudding. This is so much better than the original version of this dungeon. I guess this is like Shadowbringer's dungeon design philosophy and onward. Navigating the dungeon is not the challenge. The encounters are the main point of the dungeon. I wonder, is Dark Knight a class where you're supposed to switch to single target when there's 2 or fewer enemies left? Because I think AoE is often like 3 or more enemies. I don't know if that's the case for a tank or not. There's a lot of space in between enemy groups here, too. Alright. Well, second boss seems to be still this. Presumably with some extra component. Yep, there's ads now. Level 35, you can now accept the next class/job quest. Well, that's something to do. Oh, I do actually have some different gear to equip at this point. Fair enough. Pudding. And now, presumably, the third boss. Will this boss be different? Looks different, a little. Okay, so it looks like ads just appear instead of the whole gimmick that existed before. Though there are still fleshy pods. Interesting. I think that's different. I'm the Dungeon Master. A new recruit has arrived. Alright. Nope. Yeah, nope. Already got an Arcanist. Yeah. I don't know what I'm looking for in terms of recruits. I think I might be fine with the squad that I've got. For the most part. Well. We've got a new Dark Knight quest to do. Let's at least do that. Hopefully it won't be a problem that I mostly don't have upgraded gear, I guess. You'd better believe it is that time. The voice in the abyss, that sounds great. I had a feeling you'd come by today, Sucro, and sure enough, there you are, eager to pick up where we left off. Let's start with a question then. You must be burning with several after that last affair. What became of the old woman and her granddaughter? Oh, for the love of... they're fine, both of them. You solved all their problems. Happy? Now then, are you ready to stop dancing around the real question and just ask? Well, fine. Ah, yes, the voice. The one you heard when you first touched the crystal. An excellent question, but a difficult one to answer. Some say it's a beacon, guiding the dark night to her true calling. Whose is it, you ask? Only you can discover that, for each night must hearken to a different voice. As you grow more accustomed to drawing on your dark side, you'll come to hear it more clearly. Communion will hasten this process, but we dare not conduct the rites here, under the watchful eye of the Holy See. We'll make for southern Thanalan, for little Alamigo. Interesting place to do evil dark communion darkness, I guess. Probably fine. It's not evil, it's just Dark Knight. It's just morally gray, it's just Batman. And not the fun cartoon one either. Some days you just can't get rid of the edge. As Batman always says. I never did the leave quests here. Punctual as ever, I see. Communion, lest you worry, is rather simple. It's a ritual in which one nurtures the darkness within so you may channel it more effectively in battle. Don't, however, presume the risks to be any less than before. Should you partake of it in excess, you'll die, or worse. So before we begin, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to kill something for me. Something feral, something fearsome which will push you to your limits. I want to see you thrive in that moment. That way I'll know you're ready. Ask Gundabald. He should know of a suitable creature. Hey Gundabald, I need to kill some shit. Real good. Oh yeah, since we're in the world, Boaster can return. Hello, Boaster. Return of Boaster. Everyone's favorite. Hello, I'm practicing dark magic. A pleasure to see you again, Sucro. Do you require assistance? I need to kill shit. Training? Well, if you seek dangerous beasts for that purpose, then... The Red Labyrinth is home to peists, maybe, notorious for their size and vigor. Our trappers take great pains to avoid their nests, and those who do not bear scars for their folly. I pity the man who dies without scars, but these pastes sound promising. Tell me more. They've attacked caravans loaded with goat carcasses before. The smell drives them into a frenzy. This should serve to draw them out of hiding. Sucro will always be grateful for what you did. Those young ones were on the verge of making a terrible mistake, so consumed with anger were they. I hesitated to act, even though I saw it burning within them, as I see it burning within you now. I'm a cat. It's fine. You seek the darkness within? I will not claim to understand your meaning, but I wish you well in your training. Let's go. I'm just a cat, seeking the darkness within. Meow. Right, we need to go over there. Oh right, I can cheat using flight. Try darkness, and then praise the darkness. I tried to press the Elden Ring Remove horse button. I never looked closely at this funny fish. That's quite the fish. Seems I'm not the only one practicing darkness here. Ah, they're close. I can feel their eyes upon us. Well, we're here. Show me who you are, Sucro. Show me what you can do. I'm waiting. Right, I have the Flood of Darkness. I know that. Have that ability. Place meat on ground. Step 1 of finding the darkness. Step 2 of finding the darkness. Wait nearby and stare at the meat on the ground. Step 3, murder. So I guess I only want to use Flood of Darkness whenever the meter is almost gone, rather than whenever I can, because it doesn't have a cooldown. Piece of the cake. I don't know why I decided to destroy this fish also. Must be the darkness within. That wasn't so hard, now was it? To mete out justice, to protect the weak from the strong, and so forth, you must yourself be strong. Strength is pain, strength is suffering, strength is sacrifice. We must prepare for communion, but not here. Come, before more pastes are drawn by the smell. That's true. You look ready? Good. Now listen well. Close your eyes and hold out your hand towards me. Breathe deep through your nose. Let the air fill your lungs. Let it pass from your lips. Slower. Slower. Listen to my voice. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen for the other. Attuning? I mean, I guess. With every breath, you grow lighter and slip further into the abyss. 1 foot in front of the other, over and over again. To the ends of the world and back again. And if time has no end, still forward and onward, over and over again. So what did you hear? Interesting, but not terribly informative. Don't lose heart. That you were able to hear it once more is progress enough. I believe you'll come to understand its words and its will in due time. I should mention that in some instances the voice is said to be that of another, one whom the Dark Knights fated to seek out. If that's the case, you may have a long journey ahead of you. I'm a cat. So you'd welcome such a journey. There's something to be said for it, and for travel, for that matter, to roam free and help those in need. Yet no good deed goes unpunished, does it? I knew a woman once, wanted to be a hero, to do great things. So she did. Song's always in there, but life doesn't, does it? There are temptations more deadly than the dark side, Sucro. You should have learned this by now, but you haven't. You will. The communion is ended, and with it our time together. But we shall meet again as we did before. blood weapon. I got it. Now your weapon has lots of blood. Hooray! And you're level 36. And there's a Cactrot over there. Well then. I suppose we ought to continue our tour of duty support onto our next mission, Hawk Manor. There's at least one change to this dungeon. That being that there is an item at the end that returns you to the entrance, so you don't have to cast return to do that. I don't know if anything else is different. I want to say a Manor Maidservant isn't the first encounter usually, but I could be wrong. Okay, so Dark Side just increases damage dealt, and you can have it up to 60 seconds. So maybe I want to cast this twice? Or do I just refresh this when... I don't know. I guess it's also decent as a ranged attack. Making sure you don't max out your MP, okay. I suppose streaming is a good way to learn a job if there is a knowledgeable person here, so thank you. Okay, so the icon, like, flashes when you're low. That's interesting. Seems like Hawk Manor still has a bunch of rooms you probably don't need to go in. Maybe. Or maybe they did change it some. I don't know. I cannot tell. Like, you probably don't need to go in there. That's just an extra key for the road, I guess. Well, I have a funny helmet now. That's fine. That sort of logic makes sense in a From Software title. There are often pieces of equipment that have descriptions that are basically something like that. I'm pretty sure. At least Elden Ring has a few. Now I have 3 tiny keys. Just still more than is necessary. That's the wrong way. This is the right way. I guess given that I do need to upgrade my equipment, I might as well unlock this door. Well, it didn't help. There's 2 tiny keys in here. Are you supposed to fight the steward first here or something? Because the DPS sure is. I really don't remember. I don't think it matters too much. And here's the new ethereal flow objects. Hooray. Yeah, I thought the gesture was first. And then I believe they also said the final... I didn't look at the bloody parchment. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I thought it was just a note you had to read. I didn't remember you had to actually pick it up. Now that's funny. In the end, the manor was still the manor, in a manner of speaking. That he does. Oh wait, no, this isn't the right way. No sprinting allowed. There we go. Candles are gone, would seem. Yeah, this is different. Oh. Interesting. That was an interruptible tank buster. I didn't catch that in time. Also, I tried to use stun instead of interrupt by mistake. That hits the whole room. Screech. Wait, what? Well, okay. I don't have this one. Yep, seems that way. Eye markers and forced movement. So, this has been fun, hopefully. I might have to stop soon, because I do need to do some stuff. Even though it's only been like 3 hours. I guess I'll probably do more leveling of Dark Knight off camera. Next stream may or may not have actual Heavensward story, or we might be doing more of this. I think it's probably fine to do more of this if we must. Because this is chill. Gridania, please. Please load the game so I can become Canon Sucro. It's important. Gridania! I'm dying! Okay, it's fine. I'm not dying. Yeah, duty support seems to be pretty good at leveling. And I think that also... Why am I going over here? I think that also, squadron stuff is also good for leveling. Oh, I am planning to mess with the palace also, probably. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how stuff goes. Like, what would the next thing in duty support be? Brave locks. And the next thing in companion... Not companion, squadron... is probably also brave locks. Yeah, then there's Stone Vigil and Dark Hold. Alright. Okay. So we're working our way there. But yeah. I think this will be the stream for today. So thank you all for watching. Next stream of this might be more leveling Dark Knight and seeing past duty support stuff. Or it might be Heavensward's story properly starting. I'm still going to consider this a Heavensward stream. And I also may or may not stream more of Elden Ring. And if I'm planning to stream multiple things, I guess I probably will alternate between them or something. Or it'll just be whatever I feel like. Maybe at some point I should try making myself operate on a schedule or something, but I don't know. There's stuff on Elden Ring that I think I want to do on stream because it sounds cool, and then I want to play more of this because, well, I miss Sukuro. She's a good cat. And yeah. I still need to record more stuff too. There's a lot to do. But yeah, until then... Oh yeah, you can also try on the cash shop gear if you want. Until next time, thank you all for watching. And if you want to support me, there's various links below the stream where you can help spread the word and let other people know if you liked what you saw today. I would appreciate it. In any case, have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.